Welcome back to Good Day State Line. Sarah's joining us this morning from Dady Law. We're going to talk about immigration and myths and facts. You brought a game.
I did.
Love games here on GDS. In fact, I think we're going to play the game before we even learn about you, which is kind of fun.
I think we should.
Okay.
Immigration, you know, is the topic of the day, right?
Right.
But so many of us don't really understand what our immigration system is.
So the first thing we're going to do this morning is prove that I don't understand with myths and facts. So first question is going to be on the screen. Sarah, you read it and I'll guess.
Okay. Undocumented, myth or fact?
Okay.
Undocumented immigrants make up less than 4% of the total U.S. population.
Fact.
Correct.
Okay. All right, that was a hard one. I know there are only two choices, but the way that you hear about it, sometimes it seems like it's more.
When we spend about 90% of the time talking about undocumented immigrants, we forget that they are just a fraction of our U.S. population. There are more documented immigrants in the U.S. than undocumented.
Okay, good to know. Okay, I think we have another quiz here.
Most undocumented immigrants come into the U.S. with permission. Myth or fact?
I think with permission.
You are correct. You're tearing it up today, Michelle.
I am trying to try my hardest on this. Okay, we got another one here.
Immigrants who serve in the U.S. military automatically become U.S. citizens.
That sounds like a myth.
You are correct. That is a myth. There is no automatic citizenship for veterans. There is an expedited citizenship process, but it's still a process. And if they don't apply for it, they don't become citizens, which is why we end up deporting veterans who served in our military.
Which is very confusing. I actually would have wondered if you had to be a citizen in order to be in the military to begin with, but clearly that's not true.
No, permanent residents, certain visa holders with exceptional language or other skills can enlist in the military.
Okay. Do we have any more questions? I have no idea how many there are.
We do. There's more. Myth or fact? Everyone has a right way to immigrate to the U.S.
Myth.
You are just tearing it up. It's amazing, Michelle.
This is my worst subject, history, but I'm trying.
That is a myth.
Okay.
Not everybody has a right way to immigrate to the United States. We have a very complex system, and not everyone has a way to apply for a visa to come.
Okay. All right, what do we got next?
Myth or fact? Undocumented immigrants pay taxes.
Fact?
Yes.
Okay, interesting.
The IRS issues something called an individual taxpayer identification number, because the IRS does not care where your income comes from as long as you report it. So we know that people who have ITINs have earned income in the U.S., but they don't have a Social Security number. So ITIN returns are frequently filed by undocumented immigrants who don't have a Social Security number.
And this is all very interesting. I know I seem to have done well on this quiz, but I was just trying to break down the sentences. I don't know anything about this, which is why you're here as
Well, I feel like I should have made it harder, so I'll do that next time.
Next time. Oh, stay tuned for that. Can't wait for that one. I'm going to get them all wrong. But tell us, just about finding the correct information, like where we should go for that when it comes to immigration.
Sure. The days of Ellis Island are gone, right? You can't just get on a ship, come over, get in line, and come into the United States. We have a complex system of laws that have been tinkered with and changed and added to for the last 30+ years. So people need a lawyer.
Sure.
Most people need a lawyer to apply for an immigrant visa to the United States. So obviously, you can go to your local bar association for a referral, ask family or friends, and then there's the American Immigration Lawyers Association.
And I would assume that you are a good option as well.
I think I'm an excellent option. Dady Law Group provides immigration representation as well as criminal defense.
Awesome. Well, it was so nice to meet you this morning, and I know we are going to have you on in the future so we can have more fun. You can stump me even harder. If anyone wants to call you and get in contact with you, where can we start?
You can find me at Dady Law Group, DadyLawGroup.com, and our number is 815-520-0387.
Perfect. Well, thank you for joining us this morning, Sara.
Thank you, Michelle.
Coming up next, we are going to talk more about the Oscars, but first it's time to name our Fan of the Week. We asked you on Facebook, what's one thing you want to accomplish in 10 years? So our winner this week is John. He said, at my age, just being alive and cognitive in April of 2031 is what I'd like to accomplish. He won a GDS swag bag filled with tons of things, and you can win next week. Just keep following us on Facebook. We're going to be back in just a minute with Sweet Lenny from 97 ZOK to find out who he thinks is going to win at tonight's Oscars. Here's a look at the movies nominated for Best Picture.